Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another installment. We're going to push through a bunch of these tonight, so bear with me. We may be short. I think this one. Trying to remember how many of these crazy things. 2. So there is 7 discs in this set, and we're going to play all 7 of them. All right. Okay, I'm continuing here. I had cut there. So this batch, we're going to just... There's 7 of them. I think we're just going to go quickly through them. There's not many of them to review. Touched by Angel. God, this is a big series back in late 90s, early 2000s. They decided in the 2000s to go and make a CD, and it was a big deal back then. TV shows had CDs and such like it. It's like a throwback to like the 70s and 80s when that was a big deal. This one, it's a mixture of popular artists and Christian folks and country people. I'm trying to remember. I mean, it sounds all right. I mean, it's dated. I mean, it's for most parts from the early 2000s. Or 1998. That's what it says on there. So it has all the big things, and this was in the TV show, especially with Del Reese. I mean, gosh, she was a huge entertainer back in the 50s and 60s. Of course, it's very Christian oriented, the whole show. So it was a nice CD. It's nothing I want to sit there write home about, and the cover's beat up beyond belief. So yeah, looking at it, CD has seen better days, so maybe we could probably get a good price on it. I don't know if I want to put it through Discogs or not. It's probably a little too bang up for Discogs, but I don't think I'm going to get a lot of money for it. Next one is the Bernstein Greatest Hits. So this is a bunch of... I think this is a nice price, but Same Type 2 is just a bunch of reissues and such like that. Okay, so this is mixture of New York Philharmonic, Leonard Bernstein doing that, Boston Posse, John Williams, other artists. So I gotta remember what's inside of this thing. Oh, good lord, the disc is in here. Probably gonna keep it because this was actually a pretty good. This was a pretty good record. Try and get it where it has all the stuff onto it. I may have to stop this for a second. Okay, I got it out here. So we got the West Side Story, which was done. Yeah, most of this stuff was done with Cleveland Pops, Philharmonic. So yeah, this all ABC. A lot of it is Leonard Bernstein himself conducting New York Philharmonic. Yeah, so this was actually an interesting thing. It's sort of like more of a free for all. It has like the big numbers and everything of his career, but I'll say to you some of the not so popular stuff. It's a very good overview of his work for the most part. And this was one of these deals where it was popular enough that was reissued as a nice price type of CD. So it's really an expensive CD. Yeah, I'm probably gonna keep this one into the collection. Oh, excuse me. The Tango Lesson. This, I was going to do a whole review on this, but man, this is a pet project. I swear to God. The Sally Potter in here, it's like, this is like a complete pet project. This is like a an Eagle fulfillment. It was all right. The music was fair. I thought it was more self-fulfilling than anything else, because it's pretty much Sally Potter who's the main character in the movie, and she did the music along with her dance partner, husband, and I hadn't seen the movie. I never heard of the movie until this disc. It's not. I thought it was a bore. I mean, it went switch back from the movie music to tangos and stuff again. Some of the numbers are all right. It just not worth the desire. It was. I don't want to say it was awful. It just seems like more of an ego fulfillment than anything else. I just it could be one of those technical things, but I just didn't take a quote of it. It actually had some decent stuff that wasn't part of the movie. If it wasn't part of the movie, it was pretty good. If it was a movie, it's just bland and pointless. So, and it goes back and forth between the two. So, yeah, this is definitely going to go into Discogs. It's in decent shape. Only CD you ever need has Mary Martin in it. The thing is, Mary Martin's not part of it. This is another ego fulfillment disc. Yeah, so this is actually do you got William Warfield? That's the definitive. I'm trying to look at that real quick. You can't hardly read the silly, goofy things. Carol Channing, Hello Dolly, that's a definitive. Fiddler on Roof of Zero Moscow is a definitive. And that's pretty much it. Here's the problem with this record, is that most of the good Broadway shows were on Columbia and are on other discs besides RCA. That's the problem with this record. The gentleman that put this together is their artsy part of label, and he had a limited amount of stuff to deal with. And this title's self-serving. It's a little too much on the nose. Again, Mary Martin's prominent on the cover, but she's not on the CD. Because of BMG and General Electric and their ownership of NBC. There's a little bit of an NBC thing going on here. Trying to remember here. Jerry Orbach is in there twice. Of course, at this time, 1998, he was on Law and Order. So, and he had a stint before he started to really go on TV and films as that. He was a Broadway guy. And it showed Jason Alexander, Vanessa Williams on the Bye Bye Birdie, which was an NBC remake. Of course, Jason Alexander was on Seinfeld when he wasn't early on into his career on Broadway and doing TV shows here and there. What else we got here? Another one that was, All That Jazz from Chicago, Bebe Neuwirth. She was, when they revived that show, she was the star in that one. I'll admit that. The CD sounds great. It sounds all. I actually scratched that. It sounds great, but here's the problem: is because of the different recordings and stuff, it's the volume. It's all over the place. It's sometimes you have soft stuff, sometimes you have hot stuff. Again, this is like the worst, the only Broadway CD you ever need. I'm not a Broadway person, but this is not a definitive CD because most of the stuff is modern. It's not the original run. It's all the secondary runs outside of about maybe 25% of them are the original. The original runs. So, this is very disappointing, and it's just so pretentious. I'm just going to give it. Just going to put it in the pile to go elsewhere because I don't want anything like that in my pile. It's just disappointing. I do like some Broadways, but it's a very hit and miss CD. Okay, we got Anita Baker. Give Me the Best I Got. This is after Rapture, which are good, but this was a good record too. So Rapture and this record were like her best Quiet Storm records, and just listen to it. I just melt. I like Anita Baker a lot, so it's in great shape. Yeah, her You Belong to Me is pretty good. Good Love, oh, Good Love is good. Give Me the Best I Got. It's great, 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 great song. So this is going to go into the pile. This is 3D Strategy Homeworld, and it has a CD onto it. So this is actually a CD game. So that goes onto the CD pump. And we got wow, number one Christian hits. Guess what? There's no Christian hits in here, and it's a bifo too. There's no CD anywhere, so that's a loser right there. But these wow things are huge for the Christian music. It's about as good as the Now. And the Now and the Wow are probably one of the best marketing gigs out there. So this is it for the CD. We got a CD code right there, but anyhow, the 7 CDs. We got 1 video game, empty box. 3 are going to go to Discogs and other places, and 2 we're saving. So if you like music CD reviews like I just did there, really junky ones, yeah, like and subscribe if you like videos like this. Visit my channel. I have different things besides music reviews. Of course, this is something I thought was a good idea. Now I'm starting to regret just a bit because it's just dragging out. So this is number 7 of Christ knows how many more. When you got a box of CDs, you gotta go through them all. So thank you very much for being with me today, and hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you very much for viewing this.